Batman Forever is one of those movies that is loved by some and hated by others. Personally, I used to watch it all the time. There are things I loved about it and still do, like the casting of Chris O'Donnell as Robin and his ventures against Two-Face. You can see that Dick and Bruce alike are in a way, and I like that they invented Dick Grayson's archenemy to be Two-Face. I also love the soundtrack and I love the video game. But we're not here to talk about Robin. We're here to talk about the reason why I don't watch the movie anymore. And the reason is this prostitute. Now I know some of you are thinking,
how could you hate her? She's hot and she's played by Nicole Kidman.
Just because someone is considered good looking doesn't mean their character is good. I don't see characters for how attractive they are, I look at their role. Dr. Meridian is very much a Vicky Vale knockoff, only dumber, and more stupid. I can't decide, but I can give valid reasons. We are first introduced to this woman when Batman arrives at the bank. For some reason, Commissioner Gordon called her there. Her first line is,
hot entrance.
Honestly, Nicole Kidman says her character is attracted to the dark side of nature, but throwing herself onto Batman like that is just stupid. I would prefer she just kept her mouth open as Batman landed like a thirsty dog. They further her annoyance in the movie by having her finish Batman's sentences. I really cannot figure out if they're trying to make her seem smart or they just do that couples finish each other's sentence thing. Either way, it just doesn't work. Besides grabbing Batman and shaking his hand without permission, she says that bats are rodents. Batman corrects her and says they're not. But then she says,
Really? I didn't know that. You are interesting. Really? I didn't know that. You are interesting.
Really? I didn't know that. You are interesting. Really? I didn't know that. You are interesting.
Of course you knew that. You're supposed to be smart, you idiot. We later dive into more of her nastiness when she uses the bat signal to get Batman onto the roof so she can seduce him. I wouldn't have minded if she was trying to be helpful, but instead we get this 3-minute unnecessary scene of her coming onto him. Batman's pretty stupid here too, because he could have detected that she was just called in there for pleasure. There were several times in the scene where he could have just gone home. Let's count them! So after that vomit fest, we fast forward to Bruce and Chase. These scenes just prove that dumb Batman liked her. The blonde woman gets crazier when she says she wants to be closer to Bruce Wayne. What? You told him earlier at the circus that you met someone else, and that someone was freaking Batman. And this whole scene about Bruce confronting her about liking Batman. Bruce, you're both men and she's a dumb doctor. Bruce doesn't understand that she's a flirt, right? Now, I know Joel Schumacher wanted to make her attracted to both to divide Bruce and Batman, but it plays out as sloppy as a moose on skates. Why are you idiots about to kiss? You're supposed to have a professional relationship. I think both of them need a doctor. In this scene is another stupid way that Chase should have realized Bruce is Batman. Who else has watched that high tech? And in the 90s! Let's skip again to the Enigma Tech party, where Batman rescues Chase from the Two-Face goons. After that, she begins to kiss him. Imagine what people would think if they saw this. They would obviously think she's a very loose woman. Here's a better thing. Imagine if she tried to do that to Ben Affleck's Batman. He would smack her upside the head. She then tells Batman to meet her at her apartment at midnight. What makes her assume Batman would come? Later, of course, he does come, but Batman will probably get this a lot from a lot of desperate women. After seeing how these prostitutes reacted when Robin pulled up with the Batmobile. Later, Batman arrives at her place and she says she's in love with Bruce Wayne. This is annoying again because you kissed this man in front of hundreds of people. I bet that's going to the tabloids and... So even though Batman leaves smiling, he reasons to himself that he can't be two people and get the girl. So he hangs up his cape. You know, Spider-Man 2 had the same concept, but at least that movie was better. Around this time in the movie, you're wondering, who was the true villain? Because Batman's biggest weakness wasn't these two retards, it was this woman. Chase Meridian did in less time what Riddler and Two-Face couldn't do. She got rid of Batman. How are these guys villains again besides trying to give everybody free HBO? So Chase gets kidnapped, Batman rescues her, blah 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 blah. Bruce gives back the voodoo doll saying he doesn't need it anymore and thanks her for giving him a new dream. If that new dream was quitting, that's more of a nightmare and it didn't work. Chase then leaves and is never heard from again. Good riddance. So to sum up my video, I do believe she is the character who ruined the movie. You can blame it on bad script writing, but let's face it would have made more sense if it was Vicky Vale instead of her. I get Schumacher and the writer's intention, but the execution was sloppy and it makes me feel like the movie would have been so much better with her cut out.
Or do I need skin-tight vinyl and a whip?
I'll pay you $1 to shut up!
But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up as I really appreciate the support.